those high draft picks, you want the highest possible ceiling. That's what most people want, right? And so you swing high. And then because of the specific setting, you can actually be doing yourself a disservice by swinging high and not getting the most seasoned player. Like I learned this year with TJD, if he's not a 4-year player, I don't think he's ready to contribute on this team right now. I mean, I just don't think he is.
And he's playing a role, and he mastered his role. They're looking for James Wiseman to be an all-star. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen.
So, like, let's go back to the Trey then, real quick, because I know we're probably beating a dead horse here. But, like, let's say they take Mac Jones. I just don't think Mac Jones is good.
I don't know yet.
And I don't think his setting was great in New England. But year one, it was decent, and they went to the playoffs. And then he took a big step back because they didn't have the appropriate offensive coordinator. I don't think they had good weapons at all.
That's what I'm saying. The situation was horrible.
But I don't think Mac Jones is good either. He's a turnover machine.
Maybe.
You know? Now, would Brock Purdy look like Mac Jones in New England? He'd probably look closer to Mac Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think Mac Jones would look anything like Brock Purdy here. That's the other part. So I feel like I'm talking in circles.
Yeah, I don't know about Mac Jones yet. And now he's going to play a backup role in Jacksonville. He will resurface as a starter somewhere at some point in his career. But you look at his rookie year, 67% completion percentage.
Yeah, he was all right.
3,800 yards passing in a run-first offense as a rookie. 22 touchdown passes. He did throw the 13 picks. He was sacked 28 times. Passer rating, which I don't buy, but 92.5 passer rating, which is okay, right? But they go to the playoffs. Second year, Kendrick Bourne is your top dog at wide receiver. It's kind of tough. We saw Kendrick Bourne out here. No disrespect to Kendrick Bourne.
That was Jimmy's leading receiver.
That's
in the
what
playoffs.
I'm saying. Which is why I had a hard time blaming Jimmy for everything when you look at the weapons. I don't know. I think the situation matters. Let's go to the lines here.
Of course it matters. I think that
I'm just learning that sometimes it's more so about the situation than maybe the player. Sometimes the player can't thrive in the situation.
No doubt. But also, like Solomon Thomas just isn't good enough. You know what I mean? Like sometimes that happens.
I agree with that.
You know
what
I mean? Like sometimes
the player's just not good.
Exactly.
I agree with that. Sometimes
you know what
the
I mean?
player's
Like
just
Gary
not good.
Brown just wasn't good enough.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I'm just plucking names.
But also Gary Brown. Never really got a shot. The same thing we talked about with Joey Bart. How many games did Gary Brown play?
He didn't even deserve to come up.
I would have just at least given him a shot.
Like Christian Arroyo was a name that Giants fans brought up for years.
Right.
And we've come to find out, like, yeah, he's a platoon DH.
Did he help the Red Sox win the World Series, though?
As a platoon DH.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see it. Part of the problem with letting a young player play.
Yeah, but
who are the Giants in that situation? Like, we're not going to play Gary Brown.
Well,
so Gary Brown had 7 plate appearances in the big leagues, but in 3 seasons in AAA, he hit 248.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like 30 home runs. So he just never really had the numbers get out of the minors.
What year was Gary Brown? What years were those?
They drafted him, I believe it was 2009 is when they drafted him.
So they were winning World Series from Bochy and stuff like that. So it kind of made sense.
But he was a college guy, Cal State Fullerton.
Correct.
Yeah. See, he was a college guy. He was supposed to be more pro ready. Like Will Bednard is the guy that they drafted a couple years ago, and he hasn't even gotten out of single A.
Yeah.
Like, he just might not be good. You know what I mean? That happens. Kyle Harrison, first round pick, rising like a comet. You know, sometimes those things happen as well.
Yeah, sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the situation. You can never. But
I remember for the longest time it was Tim Alderson or Madison Bumgarner. Right. Which are they going to keep? Remember that?
No, I do. We go crazy.
There were legitimate arguments for Tim Alderson back then, too.
Yeah, which was silly.
A wild time.
And Tommy Joseph, do you remember that name?
Yeah, which is silly as hell to be. Yeah, I didn't waste my time.
He was going to be the catcher of the future, not this buster guy.
I left the back door during those arguments. I'm not arguing over Tim Alderson. That's what I told myself back in those days. Not going to do it. Let's go to Dex in the town.
The internet.
Dex in the town. What's happening,
What's up,
man?
Dex?
The Dubs fumbled the Wiseman pick. To me, it's easy. If you recall, the Bulls had I want to say the number 7th pick, and were looking to move up, and they had Wendell Carter on the table for the Warriors. So you get a quality center, not only in that you move back and you are able to draft Tyrese Haliburton at 7. Joe, you said it earlier. It was hard watching Steph this weekend play hero ball. So imagine having Tyrese Haliburton there. Steph is not only one of the best point guards, but in most of the GM draft or the GM polls, Steph is also one of the best off guards that the NBA has to offer. So you have that ability to move Steph to the off guard while having Tyrese Haliburton, a budding superstar, there to really usher you into a whole new generation.
Can we acknowledge something just real quick? I'll let you finish. Believe me, I want you to finish. Jordan Poole did start to flash the year prior down the stretch. Remember, he was taking big shots in both playing games. And simultaneously, if we're going to talk about what Tyrese Haliburton has become now, we also have to look at the first couple of years in Sacramento where he showed promise, but it's nowhere near what we've seen the last couple of years.
Tyrese Haliburton was good in Sacramento. It's not a lot of people who can say Tyrese or someone is good in Sacramento. Tyrese Haliburton is also an all-star in Indy. You're telling me that Tyrese Haliburton couldn't figure it out within this system? I think Tyrese Haliburton would be he's someone who is a high assist, low turnover guy. That's exactly what we need right now. JP has played his best ball with the Warriors. Easily Tyrese Haliburton could have done the same.
Maybe, but again, Dex, I want to keep you on the line because this is a good conversation.
No, it is. And this was a reasonable conversation at that time.
Well, and Tyrese Haliburton is special right now, but it didn't, Sacramento had to make a pivot. They decided to go with De'Aaron Fox, and he is an all-star now. I just don't think with Clay coming back, and you had Andrew Wiggins there, and again, Jordan Poole was ascending, where they're just going to punt on Jordan Poole at that point after spending all the time and developing with him. Tyrese Haliburton needs the ball in his hands. So does Draymond Green in the half court. He needs the ball in his hands. I don't know how it would have worked out here.
It sounds good though. What he's saying makes a lot of sense. Keep going.
Tyrese Haliburton is pretty much a 50-40-90 guy. Pretty close to a 50-40-90 guy. I think, yes, he needs the ball in his hands, but also putting him off ball with Steph on the court, he's still going to be able to hit a jump shot. I think he's a quality player. He would have thrived in our system. And then Bob said it on the radio. He regrets not picking that guy. He understands what it was.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's good call, Dex. I'm not mad at that call. I just don't remember around that time a lot of people clamoring for Haliburton.
Well, it's
because of the shot. Because we were worried about the way he released the ball. Now remember, he is a 40% 3-point shooter.
His shot works now.
It's been working his entire NBA career. But there was the Jordan Poole ascension. And when the Warriors won that championship a couple seasons ago, I don't think anybody was bringing up Tyrese Haliburton because we all were having pool parties.
We did 6 months of COVID radio, and we heard maybe one or two sparse callers or texts bring up Haliburton, but no one wanted him at 2.
And we had Anthony Slater on maybe that day of the draft, or maybe text Slater about the Wendell Carter stuff. That was all a rumor. That was all a smokescreen. People were trying to make something happen there. That was a smokescreen for whatever was happening there in that draft. But that Wendell Carter thing was a smokescreen. Haliburton, by the way, nobody was talking about him when the Warriors beat the Celtics in 6 games. But we're all having pool parties.
But in retrospect, a year and a half removed from all of that, yeah, it looks really bad. I mean, there's just no denying it. But go back in real time. And I think that's the hard part is that you look on paper and things, in retrospect look bad, but then you go back in real time and you remember the tenor of where the team was at and the situations and where players were in their ascension. I don't know, man. Yeah, of course Haliburton would look great now, but I don't remember anybody saying that back then.
Nah. Let's go to Coach Chaz in Chile. Chile? Wait. Chile?
Oh, yeah, man. The country. Chile, man. How are you guys doing?
Man. Man, Coach Chaz, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Oh yeah, baby.
Go to Chile one day.
I listen to you down here, man.
Oh, that's amazing.
You got to come down to Chile. It's one underrated country.
Oh, I heard so many great things about it. You listen on the Odyssey app or YouTube?
I listen on the Odyssey app.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing right there.
Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure, man. My pleasure. I spread the word down here. We got some gringos down here, man. So I coach baseball down here, man. I teach kids to play the game. Really cool stuff down here going on, man. Hey, great to have me on. Thanks for having me on, man.
Anytime.
This is a fascinating conversation, man. Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about Chile, I could do it, but I know we've got some limited time on
I've been trying to get down to South America for a long time, Coach Jazz.
Oh man, you might not come back, man. You might not go back.
That's what I hear.
It's a whole new way of hospitality down here, man. It's very cool. People are cool. All right. The last caller was really good talking about Wiseman, and I wanted to kind of second that notion, but for a different reason. This was the time that the Warriors, they got that, they had that terrible season. They got that pick number 2. This was the time for them to stay light years ahead, in my opinion, of the competition, because they can see that their brand of basketball was going to change eventually, and now it has. And to me, not having a big man right now is where they thought Wiseman was going to be with them as, Curry gets older, Thompson gets older, Draymond's older, everyone's older. We're all older. But the point is that, this is why I think it was such a bad pick, in the way that it just wasn't his time. I hope he matures. I really do. I can see some maturity happening in Detroit for him. But, at age 19, 20 years old, trying to get into that mix, it was just a really hard one. So that's why I think we're seeing Wiseman as the biggest of the 3, even though all 3 are pretty good. But the drafts are crapshoots, guys.
Yep.
No
doubt.
But it also does seem that the last, and great call. We really appreciate the support.
So I got to go down to Chile, man. Damn, Coach Chaz, listen to that. Doesn't that make you feel good? That's Spinoni's always like, hey, we're international. It's like he's taking a call from Arkansas or something.
No, I got Bangkok. The first person from Thailand this morning is what I got. Yeah.
Wow.
Greetings from Bangkok.
Greetings from Bangkok.
The show that was in place before us, what they used to say, the millions?
The billions.
And the billions. Interesting.
We get the trillions here.
I mean, well, we're
I don't know if we get billions, thousands,
we're
billions,
international.
Trillions.
But what I would say to you,
that feels a lot better.
It does feel like in the last couple of years, things have accelerated so much when it comes to these draft picks and the ability to move off money. Like, I've referenced this multiple times in the last couple of weeks. Like, Russell Wilson would have at least played 1 or 2 more years in Denver before they bid adieu to him. But the money is astronomical for all of these teams. The patience is almost non-existent.
Yep.
For a quarterback, right? For example, I guarantee you by November of this year, if Bryce Young still doesn't show a lot of improvement, we're going to be talking about them moving off him because they're going to have a high pick. They'll have their pick back again, and we'll be thinking about that. And I look at all of these different. Haliburton was traded with one year. He played like 1 year. What was it? 2 years with the Kings?
In sack.
What was it?
Year and a half in sack.
Year and a half. Okay. And they had a log jam at guard, so I get that. But
right. They had to figure out, which is crazy because Sacramento right now needs a 2-guard. Kevin Horder's out for the season.
I know.
Malik Monk now out 4 to 6 weeks, and they've been playing that 2-guard spot. Now, they did get Domantas Sabonis.
It was a great trade for them.
And look, he has
teams.
57 double-doubles.
No, it was a great trade for both
the empty
teams.
calorie hoodies, you better bring them back out because Sacramento might not be in the playoffs.
I'm just going to keep quiet on Sacramento till we end up playing them and hopefully winning, and then I'll do my talking.
Hopefully winning. No, I'm going to talk before the game, after the game, right now. By the way, Kitty Caraway, ESPN 1320, just changed his Instagram name. I noticed that this morning.
What did he change it to?
King KC 916.
King KC.
Hey, King KC. We coming for that beam, homie.
Bonte, it's time for you to do the legal.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ, FM and HG1 San Francisco. Don't forget, you can also watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. Brought to you by First NorCal Credit Union. Upgrade your savings dividend. This is Long Reese asking. Open the First NorCal First Class Money Market today, and you can now download the Odyssey app directly from our YouTube and Twitch pages, as we have added the QR code on both pages. Also, shout out to the Xfinity Mobile text line, the Xfinity Mobile text line.
I do love First NorCal Credit Union.
Yeah, do too.
And the Xfinity Mobile text line.
Yeah.
And I love downloading the Odyssey app because of the QR code.
There you go.
I love all those things. Yeah. What I don't love is how quickly sports is like, we've moved. Like, Mac Jones got 3 years of starting with the New England? Gone. And what's the playoffs?
That's what I've just said.
Right? So, but I'm just,
But the patient teams.
The patience, no, but there is no patience.
No, there's one patient team.
Who?
The Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but they also had a Hall of Fame quarterback.
But they were patient. They could have moved out Aaron Rodgers, all the stuff he was doing, all the shenanigans. They stayed patient with Jordan Love.
It's a very unique situation.
They did it twice in a row now. Different head coaches. They were patient with Aaron Rodgers, where Brett Favre was doing whatever he was doing. They sat him. They stashed him. They said, we're going to keep this young guy. We're going to develop him behind the scenes. Stash him. Hell, even Patrick Mahomes sat for 1 year. played the next season when they traded Alex Smith. But even I heard people say, he should have just played Mahomes his rookie season. No, the best thing for him was to sit behind Alex and learn how to be a professional, learn how to watch film, learn how to practice, learn from Andy Reid, watch the game live. Patience helps. Patience for Brock Purdy. Hell, if Shanahan knew in training camp, as Bill Romanowski told us, he met Mike Shanahan in training camp, and Mike said, he told Brock Purdy, be ready. Be ready. Your time is coming. Don't know when, but be ready. But if Kyle Shanahan truly believed that Brock Purdy was the best quarterback the first week of training camp, he could have just played it right there. But patience helped. Patience helped. Patience helped.
I don't know how you strung that into Shanahan being patient. Two guys got hurt in front of him, but it was beautiful. It was it was a tapestry of BS. I loved how you put it together.
No, it wasn't BS. These are their words.
Flowing water, plumbing, and drain really appreciated that tapestry of toilet water.
These are their words, not mine. You got the shit. You got Romanowski. You got Shanahan. Where's the article where Shanahan said, "Yeah, the first week of the training camp, I was like, I talked to Jed York and he told me, and Jed said it. Jed said that Kyle told him after the first week in the training camp, I think our third stringer's the best quarterback on the team."
Now, there's layers to this, right, conversation. I look at someone like Javon Kinlaw as an example. Like, we kind of knew right away, like, he can't stay healthy. He's not that good. Even when he is out there, he could be a rotational piece. No one is saying that, you got to run him out of town. He's got to leave. And he ends up signing with the Jets, and good luck for him. But, like, he's still allowed to stick around. But because of certain positions and certain money allocated to certain people in sports, you do have to make hard, difficult decisions quicker than ever. James Wiseman was one of those, and it was partially financially motivated, and it was partially to get something back that can help you for the now. I think Trey Lance's was partially money motivated, wasn't it? To move off of some of that Trey Lance money.
Absolutely.
So I don't know, man. I just
or maybe just giving Trey Lance a change of scenery. They were like, you want to be here third stringer? Trey Lance was disheveled. They had to send him home for practice. And it was like, you know what? Just trade me. I need a new situation. I can't be sitting behind Sam Darnold.
It just feels like we have a lack of patience in sports.
No, we do. That's huge.
And it's gotten worse and worse and worse.
The few people